Now, when you gotta go back to your old book, if y'all knew about William Cooper talked about this long time ago. Federal Emergency Management Agency, a tool that can be used to establish the police state. You must never be found at home on any highway. Pay attention. Top secret. Check this out. We got the FEMA going right now, right? You'll see a little bit of that. I ain't gonna read that, but basically talks about what they do when it's a national emergency and the steps that they take. You got your executive orders here. Provides for the takeover of communications media. You got executive order. There's different orders that they follow within the rules for the takeover of all electric powered petroleum, gas, fuel, and minerals. You got Executive Order 10980 provides for the takeover of food resources and funds. You got another Executive Order 10999, the takeover of all modes and transportation, control of the highways and the seaports. What's going on right now? Less people on the highways. Nobody on the plantation over there at the docks, the longshoremen, the seaports where the food and everything come in at. You got Executive Order 11000 provides for mobilization of all civilians into work bridges under government supervision. Next, Executive Order 11001, government takeover of all health, education, and welfare functioning. Health right now, you got the coronavirus, everybody running to the doctor to see if they got it, people dying from it. Education has been shut down. Okay, everybody needs to be homeschooled. If they can't be homeschooled, they're going to do it now. And if not, they just going to have to wait until they open the schools back up. And welfare functions, they got some other plans for that. See, it's all executive orders. Designate the Postmaster General to operate a national registration of all persons. Okay? We got another order. Provides for the government to take over airports. What's happening? The Burbank Airport is only allowing people to go through one airport now. All the other airports is closed down at Burbank, and the limit of flying has been canceled. You got another executive order. Provides for the housing and finance authority of the housing and finance authorities to relocate communities. People on Skid Row, the homeless people, they're being relocated into designated areas to be abandoned and establish new locations for populations. That's going to take effect, or is taking effect now. Executive Order 11005 provides for the government to take over railroads, inland waterways, and public storage facilities. Now, all these were combined under Nixon. That was back in Nixon days, but let's continue on into one huge executive order, which allows all of this to take place if the president declares a national emergency. Right now, there is a national emergency, and all this right now that I have read is taking place right now, okay? And that was something that was combined under Nixon as he signed this into an executive order which allows all this to take place, okay? And it's already implemented. Not that it can be, it already has been by the head of FEMA. It says not by the president, but by FEMA. The president has already given him that power under the executive orders, okay? And this was done, okay, it's getting dark in here, so I'm going to read it. And signed by President Carter, July 20th, 1979, and now it's already in effect, which it's the law. It's already signed. They don't need to get no permission. It's already been signed. July 20, 1979. So if HR 4079 passed and the president does what it says and declares a national emergency because of the drug situation, that's what was happening back then. It's because of drug situation, but now it's a different situation, which still this has taken effect. Whether it's for 1 year, 1 year, 5 years, 5 minutes, or forever, it doesn't make any difference. FEMA then can implement all the executive orders, take over all local, state, and national government, suspend the Constitution, and do whatever they want to do. Now remember what North said during the Iran-Contra hearings. He said that they were prepared to suspend the Constitution of the United States, and he said if it hadn't been for their getting caught, that this would have happened. And all that did was delay it. This is what is still going to happen. Now they have nominated, and I think he has been appointed, Mayor General Calvin Franklin, who's the head of FEMA. All right, so this was back then, and you know what? The same is taking effect now because these are the rules. And for those of you who don't have the book, I wanted to just go ahead and read it to you. It's all ragged, but I still can read it. The book has been sitting on my little shelf, and I just pull it out from time to time. It's a really good book to have. And rest in peace for Brother William Cooper. He was one who served in the Navy and the military, and he found out a lot of top secret things. And he wrote all his stuff in a book, okay? National Emergency Takeover. This tells you everything that happens during the takeovers. Implementing the new government, okay? The New World Order. Got my notes here. What does it say? Remember this. As a citizen, you have no rights. It's already written. As a citizen, you have no rights. It's already written. Everything is signed. Okay? But they make you think that you have rights. It's there. You have no rights. And how you know is because right now, you under lockdown. You ain't got no rights. You ain't got no say. So if they tell you to stay in the house, you stay in the house. And that's what you're doing. Some people ain't listening. Some people is out breaking the law. But it's right there. This is how they feel. This is the truth. All right? They got it all in plan. Martial rule. National Guards. If anything really serious breaks out, they're going to bring the National Guards. Okay? I'm going to just flip through it a little bit more. This is deep. They got the police state. Everything. It tells you all about the police state. It tells you all about the proposed constitutional model for the new states of America, prepared over a 10-year period. It's deep. It's really deep. It's a good book to have. Treasons in high places. The secret government. Oh yeah. The signs are increasing. The light in the sky will appear red, blue, green rapidly. Someone is coming from very far and wants to meet the people of the earth. Are they talking about the aliens that they talk about in here and the UFOs? It's deep. Y'all up there, some of y'all trying to go to friggin' Area 51. You can't go to Area 51. You can't see what's there. Protocols of the wise men of Zion. It's all written here. Let's see what else they got. Talks about CIA agent, President Nixon, the Kennedy assassination. Stuff like this. This is what you'll find. reports link CIA pen and bombing. Cocaine seized on Air Force plane. They even talk about the Center of Disease Control, where they make the diseases. There's something else that I want to show you up in here. If I can get to it. If I can't, we'll get to it next time. But look, conspiracy, religions and governments, conspiracy. This is the proofs of a conspiracy against all the religions and governments of Europe carried on in the secret meetings of the Freemasons and Illuminati. Okay, he was talking about the Illuminati back in 1970s. Reading Societies by John Robinson. 3rd edition. This is probably another book I gotta get. Some of these books be out of print and they be hard to get, but you gotta really search. But right now, can't do too much searching and shopping, and I ain't even ordering no freaking mail. Look. AIDS. Taking heavily toll of children. 1990. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome striking many more children than previously thought, the World Health Organization. Back then, tells you the UN agency said in Geneva that HIV virus that caused AIDS will probably infect 10 million children by the year 2000. Already about 4,000 cases, or a third of 1.2 million estimated cases of AIDS worldwide. How did they know that? Just like right now, they're talking about the coronavirus. Within the next week or the next 2 weeks, it's going to be affecting everybody, and so many people are going to get affected. All right, look. Y'all remember when y'all was talking about the injections? And right now, the injections of the big brothers coming, the tags to be able to keep up with you. This was all the way back when William Cooper wrote it. They revealed a secret plan to tag every man and woman and child. It's all in this book. This was the plan, how he knew, because he worked for the CIA. He worked for the CIA years ago. So he took notes, and what he did was something happened and they wanted him to keep his mouth, shut, and he had to go hide out in the woods. He had to go hide out in the woods with his family. Strategies for survival. They already got strategy for survival projects. Told you the clubs, it's different clubs. But then, this man, he was a believer. Let me show you. He was a believer. This book has been through a lot. He got his Bible scripture in the beginning. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with hunger and with the beasts of the earth. It's right there. So, it's all highlighted and marked up because I had to do my studies. And this is him right here, and this is his wife. That was his baby. They hiding out in the woods. So it tells you all that at the beginning of the book, how he had to run and hide out in the woods. But he decided to write this book. And it's all highlighted up because I had to stop and highlight and study like certain words. And of course, during reading it, I'm spilling coffee and water and everything on it. Because as I read it, it was kind of shocking. But, you know, as you come into the truth, look, Skull and Bones, they all in there. The Jason Society, the Brotherhood of Death, the Real Power. These are the families, the 13 families, the 13 stars that's on the flag. 13 families, the 1%. You know, the ones that's up there, the Rockefellers. It tells you all about it. Once you learn about it, then you understand what's going on. Peace out, y'all.